Is it ever really 50-50 though, Dr. Spirit?
It's never 50-50. It's never. And the other part of that is, do you warrant that which you seek? So to your point, when you say these women come and they say, well, I want a man who has this and this and this. Well, what do you bring to the table that complements that is going to nurture that is going to grow, foster, and further develop that?
It's your boy, Cam's Corner. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Do not treat me like a side chick. And today, as you can see, we're going to talk about our relationships 50-50. And is it ever really 50-50? Let's get right into the video.
Is it ever really 50-50 though, Dr. Spirit?
It's never 50-50. It's never. And the other part of that is, do you warrant that which you seek? So to your point, when you say these women come and they say, well, I want a man who has this and this and this. Well, what do you bring to the table that complements that is going to nurture that is going to grow, foster, and further develop that? But then also, do you understand what you're asking for? You say you want a doctor who's a surgeon. Do you recognize what that lifestyle really looks like? You love a man in uniform. You want a firefighter. Do you realize that he's going to be gone or she's going to be gone 4 days a week at the fire station? Are you really ready for that life? And so oftentimes we don't really have a real idea of what it is that we're asking for. And we're not prepared to step into those places to really grow and continue those relationships. They're fantasies. It's not reality.
Good points. Jamal, with you, how important is finances in your relationships, or is it nothing? Is it never mentioned, or is it something that you think about?
I used to think about it. I used to think about it a lot. Now it's different. I mean, she's super finance. She's all, you know what I mean? That's what we talked about. But with me, I'm from the old school. Like I said, I'm 46, so I'm in the 90s. So
He looks young.
the way I look at it is how my father raised me to be that man that takes care of the home and all that, be a provider and all that good stuff. But at the same time, it ain't all about us having a balance that she got to bring home the bread, because she might do more than I do in the household. So for the cooking, for the cleaning, for the loving, for the nurturing, for the taking my shit, it's just the same love without the paper. So it depends on how you look at it. 'Cause I got a lot of brothers a lot of friends that be looking for the Barbies and, you know, all that, and they come with nothing. Then I got a lot of friends who look for the old school women, or the old lady, or they old ladies, or whatever they call them, because they know they can get the nurturing, the money, the food, you know what I'm saying?
The easies.
Right, because it depends on what step and what age you are and where you at with it. I'm 46, so I'm next to the 50 goal. As men, that's a big thing. It used to be where we used to think about 30s, like 30s was the thing. You gonna be 30? Oh man, you done. Then it was 40,
Right.
but now it's the 50. Now it's definitely 50, you gotta have it together. So me, I'd rather I got blessed for somebody with super finance, but I'd rather take the cooking, the loving, the nurturing, just being there for me than anything else.
Could you be with a woman, do you think you'd be secure in a relationship where the woman made a lot larger amount of money than you?
Oh, she killed me at times.
Yeah?
Oh, she busts me at times. She realistic. So at the end of the day, I might wake up, it might be 250,000 on the table, sitting. Me, I gotta work for mine. You see what I'm saying? For me to get 250, 300,000, whatever, I gotta do 38 days, 45 days, like, you know, man, to tell you, I gotta do 45 days. I gotta put work in for that. All she gotta do is connect the broker and the seller. It's different. She's been doing it 25 years. She's 55. It's a difference.
You got a good one.
You see what I'm saying?
You got a ground
So
one.
our talks is more like, she feel like, look, you 46, I'm 55. My question to you, do you have a problem with 55? That's where our talks are at. I'm like, I have no problem with none of that. And it's just like she said earlier, men like me look for the nurturing, the mothers, something that we know what we want. You know, some bacon and eggs, just being on point. She's on point. I wake up every Friday, my cleanest is done, my clothes is done, I don't have to say anything. She's already there before I can do it. And even if I try to put out what I could put out, she'd be like, nah, I'm good. You see what I'm saying? We just had to talk about a friend that invited us to a wedding, that told his wife at the wedding he will not marry her. And y'all all know who it is, but I can't put it out there. But he will not marry her unless she do a prenup.
He told her at the wedding.
At the wedding.
So she had no warning until the wedding?
She felt like he would warm up, love the wedding, get to the altar, get there, and do it. Nah.
Oh, he said it before.
He said it before and after and felt like she was gonna do her part.
Oh, okay.
She never did her part. He got there and said, I know you probably think I was still gonna go through with it, but I'm not going through with it until you sign this prenup. So it's a lot of
Exactly.
brothers that worry about the bread. Me, I don't worry about the bread because when we die empty. A lot of brothers feel like they can take that paper with them. It's just bread, it's just money. You know what I'm saying? You can make it again. It's just about how long you can keep it. You see what I'm saying? Now with me in marriage, you gotta have stability. All actors like me, a lot of them, the great famous ones that tell you, if I don't get a movie, I don't eat. So don't get it twisted now. If I don't get a movie, I don't eat. All right? So we need stability. We need the ones. So with mine, she don't care about who's taking care of the household, whatever. You know, we don't go through those type of arguments. We just go through things like, how long are we gonna live? How long are we doing this? What's the next level? How to get better? How to teach me real estate? How to, you know what I mean? We have different talks. And that's where I learned that that's where you need to be at. You don't need to go home and be stressed out. You need to go home and be happy as hell. It's a difference.
Now, Jamal, I'm curious if your trade-off with those things that you may have been looking for versus your friends was the fact that you got the nurturing from
I
her.
was dumb though. I was those guys. The Barbies, the Fly, but then at the end of the day, I'm in my pocket. I'm steadily in my pocket. I'm never getting somebody that's gonna help me, or, you know, as a man, we don't like to ask anyway, especially from New York, but we don't ask.
Facts.
We just want you to do right. So if I'm going out and I'm buying Balenciagas and I'm buying all the frames and all the jewelry and all these things, and on my birthday you come back with a cooked meal and a card, and I just spent $4,500, there's gotta be a balance. You see what I'm saying? It's gotta be some kind of balance, because eventually we get tired of that. You see what I'm saying? So it has to be even.
And that's the video right there. But let me know what you think. Would you rather have a woman that has the bread, or do you want the nurturing side? Or are you more like in the middle? Like you need a little bit of both. Me, I think I fall into the middle. As he said though, it does get tiring. Being someone that's gonna spend. I know guys that literally went broke dating women, that went into debt dating women. Like, that's not worth it. The whole Barbie aesthetic, the whole, oh, she's bougie, you gotta spend, you gotta take her everywhere, that is never going to last. It is not worth it. It's a headache. And those type of girls are the ones that will be moving on quickly. That if you're not spending, if you have a down month or two, she's gone to the next guy. You never want to invest in those type of girls, in my humble opinion. And another thing, the lady at the beginning, what she said about the surgeon and do women recognize what that lifestyle is? A lot of women want a guy that makes $1 million a year to spend on Birkins and Prada and Gucci and Louis. But the problem is, you don't understand. If that man is making $1 million a year, he probably either works at a job where he works 50 to 60 hours a week, or he's an entrepreneur where he's traveling, or he's in his business 24/7. He's not gonna have time for you. And one of the things said about, can you be secure in a relationship if a woman makes more than you? I'll give you my opinion on that. I personally would not want to be with a woman that makes significantly more than me, because typically that dynamic for most women will not work. She might be okay with it in the beginning, but eventually she's gonna look at you as lesser than. If you're biblical based, or you believe in the Bible or Torah or whatever, it actually says like a woman's gonna want to have authority over her man. That's the curse of Eve, if you don't know. So what's gonna end up happening is she's gonna always look at you as lesser than, and you don't want to have that problem. You don't want to be in a situation where your boys are over at the house and you guys are drinking. She's trying to sleep. She's like, why are you making noise in my house? You don't pay bills in here. Do you want to hear that? Do you want that to be your problem? Or I'm going out. No, you're not driving my car. Take the bus. You don't want someone to be able to say that kind of stuff to you. That's just nasty work, and especially in front of people. You don't want that. You just don't. But I think everybody's relationship dynamic is different, and it's very hard to judge and make opinions because everything works differently for everyone. But there are some general things as a man that you should watch out for. Number one, obviously, you want to make more than your girl. I don't care what anyone tells you. You want to make more than her, or at least be close. If you're making 65 and she's making 76, that's fine. That's not a crazy gap. But if you're making 65 and she's making 175, that's where you're going to have some issues right there. And I'll end this off on a story time. I said this in one of my other videos, but one of my close friends, he had over 100K with AMC stock. And what happened was, he was dating this girl. She was traveling. He was paying for everything, spending all the bread. And his money went from over 100K. I remember he had this at like 21 years old, because it was during the pandemic. So he went from over 100K, 6 figures, off of one trade to going to having nothing, to being negative, to having less than zero. He showed one of my friends' account, he had negative money. Like he was in overdraft. Like it was that bad. And that happened within 2 years. He blew 100K in 2 years because he was with the girl that wants him to spend and wants these vacations, and he lost everything, and they're not even together anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? So men, be careful. You gotta really be careful. That's my opinion on the situation. Let me know what you think. Do you think relationships are ever 50-50? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We're very close right now. And also, if you want, you could follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and you could send me any videos you want me to react to and let me know what you think. If you are close enough and we're cool, maybe we'll be friends. Who knows? I don't know. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and do not treat me like a side chick. I'm out.
I popped the just and now I never get my